I'm sitting on the front porch thinking of a murder plan. Want to kill this crookers hanging out at a burger stand. Kept the fully loaded Smith & Wesson by my side. Bump into my homie off the block and he was organised. Gave the man a handshake and jumped into the Cadillac. Tracking down a bloke and we got put a bullet in his back. His name's Chris, who was a petty drug dealer. Living in the slums, he was a neighbourhood cat pillar. As a youth, Chris used to sell bricks. Just your modern era 2020s white boy Rick. Watching Goodfellas since he wanted inspirations of being powerful and filthy rich. He was a street dweller. Got himself a girl living in Ohio. Money and the power was a part of his lifestyle. He was the illest killer all across town. Now his life is on the line and it's about to go down. He was driving in a black and yellow Hummer. Now I'm going out like a heartless motherfucker. Following his trails as he reached the destination. Back down to Burger King, now it's gonna turn into a murder scene. His wife shocked by these bad news, cause when he finished eating, he went straight towards the bathroom. I kept the silencer hidden underneath my jacket. Taking no shit, I'm going out like a savage. He saw my reflection when he looked into the mirror, knowing he was scared when his eyes was filled with terror. Then I shot the sucker at the back of his head. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. Word up, son. As I rehearse my decision how I want to get the payback on Dennis Coleman, cause he was snitching from a while back. Caught up in the hustle in a grown man's sport. Now it's getting played like a game on the tennis courts. In my mind I've got violent thoughts from the cold-blooded stares and my eyes filled with no remorse. Cock back the gauge while I'm sitting in the backseat. Mike got the world while we're cruising through the dark streets of Taupo, marked by the presence of danger. People wouldn't care if you were killed by a stranger. All he wanted was to be a man. So we kidnapped Dennis and we threw him in a yellow van, screaming for his life cause he was bitch made. Then I started cutting up his fucking face with a switchblade. Tie him to a chair and he's getting tortured. Me and my whole crew are now expecting corpses. Then we dumped the body and we knew that he was dead. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. He was a power-hungry cook who wanted money. Robbed the drug dealer on the spot, he was a dummy. Here's another story for the brothers in the city. When you're living by the sword and then you start showing no pity. He was a punk every time he was jealous. Wanted all that money for himself, he could smell it. For every bad thing that he committed made him reckless. Made $1 million cause that fucking clown was desperate. $1 million has been heading out of sight. Murder planning with the crew, it all happened during daylight. Now he's rising like a superstar. Started viewing to himself to be the new Pablo Escobar. When you're making money by illegal activities, people in the slums start to view you as an enemy. Petty gang members start to think that you're a sellout. Now there's no way for your ass to get the hell out. He killed people in his life, now he's a goner. Soon to be another dead man around the corner. Committing petty crimes around the way was his hobby. Little did you know his street smart was very sloppy. He tried to beat the man, he thought he had it all. Hanging out with these petty criminals was his downfall. Now he's got 4 bullets to his head. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge. That's the kind of life when you're living on the edge.